Hey, Hubert, I imagine that you watched a ton of college basketball during your time at ESPN. Since you got into coaching and even now as the head coach, do you have much time to watch what's happening outside of Chapel Hill?
Not much time. I don't. And one of the things that I want to focus on is our team. And I do get a chance to watch a little bit of other teams and also the NBA, but I don't get as much time as being the head coach, other than focusing on this team, and that's exactly where I want to be, and that's exactly what I want to do. And so I'm enjoying having that single focusedness on us improving, on us getting better, and us finding out what kind of team we can be this year.
And that answers a little bit of my follow up, but I wanted to ask about the ACC. I think the league as a whole is 3-11 against top 25 opponents, and just want to kind of get your feel of what the ACC is looking like as you enter your opener.
I'm so proud to be a part of this conference. I think the ACC is the best conference in college basketball, and it's an honor and a privilege to be a part of this conference. But my focus is on the University of North Carolina. It's not on the conference. It's not on ACC. It's about North Carolina and us becoming the best team that we can become. And I've said this before, and I preach this to the team every day, and this is the way that I have always approached my own personal career, is a single focusedness on the preparation, on the process and the practice, and the play will take care of itself. And so in regards to what I'm looking at is I'm looking at the University of North Carolina, our team, and how can we become the best team that we can become. And that's the way that I'll approach it for the remainder of the year.
Thank you.
Isaac.
Coach, this is the second time in the last 3 years to have an ACC game mixed into the non-conference part of the schedule. Do you like playing a conference game this early, or would you rather have them all clumped together on the back end of the schedule?
I love the opportunity to play a game against a quality opponent, and that's what Georgia Tech is. We get an opportunity to play a conference game on the road against a really good Georgia Tech team, and it's always been fun, competitive games against Georgia Tech, especially on their home floor. Probably the only thing in regards to the scheduling that I wish that it would be different. I wish that our players weren't in the middle of finals. Today is the first day of finals, and so they have that for a week and a half. And the name under each one of our players' names, it's called student athlete. And so, and student is first. And so having a game and a conference game in the middle of finals for a student athlete, I just wish that it was scheduled at a different time.
Thank you.
Andrew Jones.
Hey, Coach, when a team is coming off the performance you guys had the other night, when so many things went well, especially when you look at them playing at a different level defensively, what is the challenge for you now to get them to piggyback that and do it again and eventually make this become more of a habit in their basketball DNA as a group?
Well, that's one of the things that I talked to them about after the game on Wednesday night, and I will continue to send that type of message at practice today and tomorrow and our preparation for our game on Sunday against Georgia Tech. We need to, in order to validate a win, you have to play as well, and you have to win the next game. And so in terms of, validating our effort and our attention to detail and how well we played on both ends of the floor, you validate that by the way that you play against Georgia Tech. After the Georgia Tech game, you validate yourself by the next game. And so that's the message that I spoke to the team after the game on Wednesday, and I will continue to send that message through the next couple days leading up to Georgia Tech on Sunday.
And staying on that, how vital is Caleb becoming that player that connects games together like he had the other night? And what do you need from him? What specifically do you need from him for him to connect these two games?
Well, Caleb has gotten so much better from last year to this year in so many different areas. Against Michigan, I was so pleased and so excited and happy for everybody to see the development of Caleb and how much he's grown on both ends of the floor. You can see that his ability to be able to score. He can create a shot anytime he wants to on the offensive end, but he can also create a shot for his teammates. His passing has gotten so much better. His decision making. I think he's the only player on our team that has a 2-to-1 assist to turnover ratio, and he's doing a terrific job of taking care of the basketball. And I think he really likes to challenge defensively against the top wing players on the opposing team. The job that he did against Eli Brooks and the minutes that he was playing, I was very proud of him. That's something that we expect and require of him every day at practice and every day in the game. And I was very happy and excited for everyone to be able to see what I've been seeing every day at practice.
Thank you.
Michael Coe.
Hey, Coach. So Georgia Tech has beaten y'all the last couple of years. What is it about the Yellow Jackets and Coach Passner that makes them such a difficult matchup?
Well, they've beaten us the last couple of years because they've been very good. They've been extremely talented. I mean, when you're talking about, Moses and Alvarado and Usher and DeVoe, those are big-time, unbelievable college players and also NBA players. So, the reason that it's been tough in competitive games, specifically the last 2 times against Georgia Tech, is because they've been really good. They've been great defensively. They change up. They keep you off balance on the offensive end because they change your defense on multiple possessions, whether they're playing a zone or a matchup zone or man-to-man. And then on the offensive end, they have tremendous movement. They have a lot of Princeton-style offense where everybody is cutting, everybody is moving, and when you have gifted offensive players that can shoot the ball from the outside, that poses problems for you. But we're pretty good too, and I'm really excited about playing against Georgia Tech because they're a great team, and it's going to give us an opportunity to compete against an outstanding program.
Thank you.
CL Brown.
Hey, Hubert, the tempo that Georgia Tech plays at is one of the slower ones so far anyway this season. I don't feel like you guys have really come against a team yet that have really tried to slow you down. I just wanted to see how well equipped you feel like you guys might be in a game that might not be played at the pace that you wanted at.
Well, I think they're really good in transition. From a defensive standpoint, when they're able to get steals and deflections, and they also want to force you into long 3-point shots up against the shot clock, they do an excellent job rebounding 1 through 5. And from an offensive transition standpoint, they can get out in transition faster than anyone. So I don't believe that they like to slow it down on every possession. I think they're trying to score in transition, especially off of long jump shots and turnovers. But once the defense is set, they're methodical in terms of running their offense and getting the shot that they want. They have, the luxury of having Michael DeVoe, who is playing better than any guard in the country right now. Offensively, he's in a rhythm that I haven't really seen much at all in terms of from 3-point range, getting to the free throw line, being able to distribute. And so what allows us to get into our pace, CL, is us defensively. When we're locked in and when we're good defensively, that allows us to get stops. Our length and athleticism allows us to get rebounds, and then that gets us in transition. And so what will dictate whether we can play at our pace or not will be our defense. I think that will be the determining factor in terms of what kind of pace we would like to play and we get to play on Sunday at 3.
Thank you.
Ross Martin.
Hey, Coach Davis. I know you all played on the road a few times already, but I was wondering if there's anything you like to do differently than what UNC did under Coach Williams in terms of on the road preparation, the schedule, the meal, the warm up. What's different about how you prep for games, especially on the road, that might be a little bit of a change from the previous administration?
No, it's very similar. I mean, our preparation specifically on the road is the same that it would be under Coach Williams. And the reason being is because I like the way that we prepared in the 9 years that I was an assistant. And it was It was a rhythm and a routine that worked, and it's been tried and tested, and I liked it. And so, in terms of that, our preparation on the road is the same. One thing that we are doing a little bit differently this road trip is tomorrow when we land, after we practice and we land in Atlanta, we're going to go to their gym and have a 45-minute shooting session. Since our game is at 3 o'clock, it's an interesting time to whether you get up really early for a shoot around or you sleep in. And one of the things that I always believe in is for our guys to get used to the lighting, get used to the surroundings and the rims and the gym. And so that gives us an opportunity to do that on Saturday night. And so that might be different than something that Coach Williams would have done, but that's what we're going to do tomorrow.
Brandon P.
Hey, Coach, I was wondering if you could kind of expand on some of the challenges a player like DeVoe faces for your defense.
Well, I mean, one, he's a very gifted player. As I said before, he can shoot from three. He has a mid-range game. He has ability to get to the basket and finish. He's an experienced player. He's a fifth-year senior, and so he's been in big-time games and has made big shots and big moments, and so he understands how to play in those moments as well. He's a gifted passer. He understands when to shoot and when to pass, and he can play not only the shooting guard position, but he can also play point guard, so he can initiate the offense as well. And he's aggressive. He's not a standstill, spot-up shooter. He's not a guy that, just is coming off of screens. He can score off the bounce or he can score off the catch, and they're looking for him every possession on the offensive end. They're looking for ways for him to get open, for him to create, and he has the minutes, he has the green light, and he has the giftedness to be able to do it. And it'll be a fun challenge, and for Leaky Black, who has done an outstanding job defensively, Justin McCoy, Dontrez Styles, and even Caleb Love could find himself on him as well. But he's a great player that's playing at an extremely high level right now.
Okay, last question. Go back to CL.
Yeah, just as a follow about, you guys going and shooting when you arrive in Atlanta. As a player, as a shooter, was there any kind of ritual or any kind of habits you had, when you would go into a new or a road gym, just to kind of get acclimated, like you said, to how the lighting is and everything like that?
I did. I always wanted to get into the gym early or the day before, or if there was no shoot around, I would wake up early in the morning and just get extra time out there on the floor. I think it's always good to feel comfortable. From an offensive standpoint, it's all about rhythm. And so when you're going into a new arena or a new gym, new surroundings, it's about rhythm. It's about a feel. And the more you feel comfortable out there on the floor, I think the better you are on the offensive end. And so, the same way as a coach that I'm trying to prepare these guys as a team is, getting out there and getting as many shots as possible. And I've never seen a situation where it hurts you shooting too much. And so getting into the gym and getting extra shots and putting ourselves in a place that allows us to play a really good game on Sunday, getting in the gym on Saturday, I think helps us put us there. And I'm excited about getting down there.
Thank you, Coach Davis. Thanks, everybody, for coming on the call. And we'll see some of you Sunday afternoon in Atlanta. Everybody have a great weekend.
Okay, thank you.